It's time and now for a latest look through the press with Diptyka Laurent. She joins us now. Diptyka, Mexico has passed an amendment yesterday that will completely reform its judicial system. It seems to be making a lot of headlines today.
Yeah, that's right. Even though that amendment was really just a formality to what was already set in stone. In any case, on Thursday, more than half of Mexico's states voted in this reform that was spearheaded by the departing president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, or AMLO. This amendment is the most far-reaching amendment. It's the most far-reaching ever attempted by a large democracy. That's according to the New York Times. And concretely, it would implement a system whereby judges are elected by voters, not appointed. Now, supporters of the plan say it would reduce corruption. It would also reduce nepotism in the appointment of judges. But critics say it could increase the risk of interference by governments, by the government, or even organized crime in electoral campaigns. It would also require getting rid of thousands of judges from a local level to the Chief Justice of the Mexican Supreme Court, and then having to conduct whole new elections. And critics say that the sheer volume of these elections means that people would not be able to make an informed choice. As you see here, it's getting a lot of attention from the New York Times today, which also wonders, will electing judges make Mexico's courts better or more political? In the Mexican press, you also have a lot of focus on it. This is from Crónica, a Mexican daily, which says that President AMLO says he'll sign that judicial reform into law on September 15th, just coming a day before Mexico's Independence Day. And this is from La Prensa, another Mexican newspaper, which this is actually an opinion piece in which this columnist really slams this judicial reform, calling it a, quote, AMLO whim with a strong odor of revenge. He also slams the manner in which the reform was passed through by force with a, quote, brutality never seen before in a country that boasts democracy, pluralism, and freedom of expression.
The Nobel Prize will be announced next month, but as is tradition, the Ig Nobel Prizes have just taken place. It's a chance to honor more unusual science discoveries.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually pronounced Ig Nobel, and as you can guess, it's a play on words of the actual Nobel Prizes. So specifically, the Ig Nobel Prizes aim to reward discoveries that make people laugh first and then think afterwards. And this year's 10 laureates are not short on irreverent humor. Among them, a Japanese team of scientists who found that mammals can absorb oxygen through their anuses. It's a study actually into respiratory failure. A Dutch team used chromatography to separate drunk from sober worms. And my favorite, a French team who won the Anatomy Prize for their study of hair whorls. That's the way that your scalp the way that your hair grows, basically, and they found that scalp hairs turn generally spiral clockwise on most people, but it can actually turn anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere.
I'd love to know which way mine are turning as someone from the southern hemisphere now in France. Just finally, speaking of Nobel Prizes, something about living on a prayer, actually. Jon Bon Jovi reportedly thwarting a would-be suicide.
Yeah, that's right. The singer was actually filmed on video. This happened on a bridge. He was filming a video on a bridge in Nashville when he noticed a woman was standing on the other side of the bridge. It appeared that she was contemplating jumping off that bridge. Jon Bon Jovi and a bystander came to her aid and appeared to convince her not to jump off the bridge, and then they managed to pull her back to safety before emergency services arrived shortly afterwards. A good Samaritan gesture that's getting a lot of attention in TMZ. It's also earned Bon Jovi this headline here in Metro today, as you see, Guitar Hero, quite a fitting headline for a good Samaritan gesture. Show me.
We've got to hold on to what we've got. Diptyka Laurent, thank you so much for the press review. And that's it for the news right now on Daybreak. We'll be back for more here on France 24.